welcome to my channel where I discuss topics on spirituality, energy work, emotional well-being, and healthy lifestyle. So if you have interest in these topics, please subscribe for more to come. So today we're at my office location and I wanted to give a tour showing the setup, talk about some important details about creating a therapeutic and healing office space, and offer some styling and decorative ideas within the space. When I was getting ready to set up my office, I love looking online and on Pinterest to get some inspiration. So if you're in the process of setting up your space or looking to revamp, I hope this may offer some ideas to help get you started. With that being said, we will go ahead and jump into the office tour. So this is the seating area. In this space, I like to add a candle warmer with a mild smelling candle wax cube, and I use this one here. I replace this every 4 to 6 weeks. At first it can have a strong smell, but then it mellows out after that and offers a really light fragrance after each use. I'm all about smells, soft tones, and enjoy decor and aesthetics, so I start off with making sure the space smells good and inviting. Next we have our coffee and tea bar, and I'm using this cabinet as the base for the setup. In here I keep supplies such as coffee, tea, sugar, Kleenexes, and some cleaning supplies. On the top here we have a Keurig and a tea box with several varieties. Then we have a cute sugar jar, then a creamer cup, and next to it some honey. There's also this Keurig cup stand that makes it helpful to show the different options you have available. Another hidden feature over in this space is my Alexa tucked away here in the corner, and I always have light music playing in the background. I usually would play Meditation Station on Amazon Music, but lately I've been playing a playlist that isn't just instrumentals. On this playlist, there are some beautiful healing songs that are deeply moving by some amazing artists like Trevor Hall, Londrell, Tony Jones, Lauren Daigle, and Enigma, to name a few. I will list the songs on the playlist in the description box below. If any of you may have interest in this or adding them to your own playlist for personal use, or if you're interested in adding them to your waiting room soundtrack too. The next hidden feature on this coffee bar is the ring panic button in the event of a safety concern. During clinical practicum, they taught us some safety features in setting up your office space, and to make sure you are sitting closest to the door rather than having clients sitting there in the event you need to exit quickly. Now this isn't possible in all spaces, and in this waiting area, this isn't an option. If someone were to come in and I have no way of removing myself with them standing in front of the door, it can lead to a concerning situation really quickly. So over here on the side of my coffee bar, I have a panic button that will sound off a very loud alarm, and I got this monitoring system installed and requested a permit with the local police department. So after it's triggered, it will notify them and local authorities will be immediately dispatched to this location. Once we get into the main office area, I will show you 2 other areas where there are also panic buttons installed as well. I think these safety features are very important to consider, and I plan to make a separate video going deeper into this and some of the safety concerns that healers and healthcare providers can come up against working in human services. So going back to the setup here at the coffee bar, I used a coat hanger here for the cups, and this picture over the station was custom made by a shop I found on Etsy. I found one of my favorite quotes and was able to choose the font, size, and the frame. And next to this coffee bar, you will see a water station. Now we will go over to the table next to the chairs. I found this chair and sitting bench set up on Wayfair, and this mirror is from At Home. And over here on this side table, I have some chocolates, lotion, Kleenex, and some positive quote books and light reads. Beneath the table, I have these really cool books that people can look up an interpretation of their zodiac, karmic destiny, birthday, and names. And one was gifted by a client. That is how I got introduced to these series. I found the others at HomeGoods and Amazon. I also have a little book here on spirit animals and astrology that people can check out before their appointment. So over here on the other side of the seating area is this beautiful framed quote and some decor. Then we have a clock, and on this little shelf I have some business magnets and my business cards here. These cute little holders are made from cement, and I found them on Etsy as well. Moving to this little corner, we have a little table with a lamp and some more decor. And on this wall, there is a little basket that has a clipboard folder where clients can find the initial intake paperwork. Next to this is a sign that instructs new clients to complete this paperwork if they haven't done so already electronically. Most all of my paperwork and intake forms are completed electronically before the appointment, but in the event someone wasn't able to do that beforehand or didn't have access to a computer, they can go ahead and complete them here. The glass part of this sign that offers some instruction here was also made by someone on Etsy, and the frame is from Target. Another important feature about this space is my door sign over here. Since I don't have a receptionist welcoming people and letting them know to have a seat until our meeting time starts, I wanted to make sure I had a door sign that could be right out in front in case clients got to their appointment early and would knock, or if I had a delivery or another business meeting set up that I wouldn't be available for until my session was over. I had this sign to offer some direction before I could greet who was in the seating area. I also found this sign on Etsy as well. This other cute little wood-burned sign was created by Shanat Design, and you can find them on Instagram. One last thing about this space that might not be apparent is this wall behind me. This was installed as a soundproof wall. This feature is one of the most helpful features of this space. Working at 3 other buildings before being in this space, there was an ongoing issue of being able to overhear disruptive outside noises, laughter, or conversations others were having who were walking by, or even being able to hear very personal disclosures or crying coming from the next room. This was so disruptive as the provider, but was also not comforting for the clients who could literally hear what the person was sharing about a very personal situation or health-related disclosure from the other room. It created distraction and interruption, even with the use of light music and a sound machine. Those things are great, but they just didn't cut it, so I would look into ways to soundproof the space you are working in if that's possible. So now we'll go into the main office area. So in this main area, we will start over here, and on this wall, I have a little trash can. Then next to it is this lovely cabinet that acts as storage and a kitchenette. In this first door here, this is a space where I keep clean cups, jugs of water, and dirty dishes. Then in these drawers, I have a little setup for some of my spiritual practices and items I like to offer clients so they can have some tangible stress management tools for healthy coping and spiritual practices to take home with them if they're interested. All of these products here too are for free and aren't sold to those that I work with. Moving over here to the second door, I have a little food station here with a fridge and a toaster oven. And down in this bottom drawer, I have some dishes and snacks. On the side here, I have a bin where I put my recycling. On the top of this cabinet, you will see this box where there are 2 types of paper that are used for a letting go ritual and an intention setting ritual that clients do at the start of the session. This is something I integrated into my alternative practice after seeing these rituals during a meditation, and wasn't something that I did during my clinical work with others. So in this box, there is this type of papyrus paper, and you write down something you want to let go of and release from your life. This can be fear, doubt, pain, lack of abundance, and so on. Then it's folded and placed into this container. I never read any of these or the intentions people set. This is a personal practice for each person to connect to within themselves and do privately. When this gets filled up, I take them out to the lake on a full moon, and my husband and I sit at a picnic table, and we also write out a list of what we want to release from our lives and include it with them. Then we practice a releasing prayer and put them into a fire pit and burn them. Then we offer tobacco as an offering to burn afterwards. The Lakota beliefs around tobacco is it is one of the holiest plant medicines and can be used as an offering to Wakan Tonka, which is also known as the Great Spirit or Great Mystery. And this tobacco is a physical manifestation of a prayer to help lift our prayers to the Great Spirit to be received. So in this ritual, we take what is of dense matter that can be daily challenges, old conditioning, emotions, and limiting beliefs of what we want to let go of that we have wrote down, and when we use the fire, we transform this into an ethereal quality of smoke, to be released from our lives, and then we use the tobacco as an offering. Then on this other paper, we write down what we want to bring into our lives and manifest. Then we take it over to this table where we have a singing bowl filled with water, and in the center you can see this little dish that is also filled with water and has a large quartz crystal in it, which is considered to be one of the greatest healing stones. The water is blessed and charged under moonlight and the sun, along with a prayer and a visualization practice. This water and these stones are considered to be living forms of consciousness as well. They are just at a different vibrational frequency and density than our level of consciousness. So with them being a part of this ritual, I do a prayer practice with them and recognize and honor the spirit and life force within them, and give them an offering of green ray energy that I visualize is charging them from the energy that radiates from the heart chakra. This visualization practice is adapted from the Law of One teachings, and I will make a video on that in the future. Lakota beliefs also resonate with the teachings of the Law of One, which there is a term used as animism to describe this, which is the belief that everything found in the natural world is a living form of consciousness, or Wakan Tanka, which in other words is the Great Spirit or Great Mystery, and all earthly matter that includes plant and animal life, along with qualities of the air, fire, earth, and water, are considered living forms of life itself, therefore is to be respected and honored in their own right. So the singing bowl is used in this practice to send out a beautiful tone and vibration within the universe to symbolize this positive intention we would like to manifest. And the sound and vibration of this bowl, along with the water, which acts as a cleansing and soothing element, helps with clearing out any energetic, mental, emotional, or spiritual blockages within one's field of consciousness that may act as a barrier for them to manifest the positive intentions within their life. So now we add the paper to the center bowl and use the selenite wand, which selenite is a very high vibrational stone, and its qualities represent cleansing and charging elements around it with high vibrational frequency. And each time this is used, the selenite disintegrates slowly when introduced to the water, which further charges the water for the ritual. Then you will see the paper begins to dissolve from the physical form, melding in with the water. Then I will encourage clients to take a moment to ground into the practice, maybe placing a hand over their heart, saying a small prayer, or taking a deep breath. Then they will ring the side of the bowl 3 times. Once that is done, the ritual has been completed, and this only takes a minute or 2 at the start of each session. So above the singing bowl, we have the shelf from Wayfair with some more decor. Next, we will move over here to the client sitting area, and I found this cute clock mirror at Hobby Lobby. It's helpful to make sure you have a clock positioned somewhere like this or in your peripherals to make it easy to watch the time. If you have a clock positioned somewhere and it's obvious when you look at it, it can be so disruptive to the session and also unintentionally indicate to the client that you are bored or preoccupied with when the session will be over. When we are holding space for others, we want to be as respectful to that sacred healing space as we can and be present without being focused on diverting our attention elsewhere to keep track of the time. Now, of course, it's important to stay on top of managing your time, but this helps do it in a tactful way. So on this little book stand here between the chairs, there's some chocolates, Kleenex, and lotion. On the second shelf there is a magnet that we use when doing energy work. I found this through Dr. Nelson's website, which he is the creator of the body code. On this shelf, I also have a salt lamp, which I find soothing to a space. On this book stack, you will see these crystals that are also helpful aids to have clients hold during certain healing practices, and I will share on that further in another video, along with other healing tools and devices I use personally and professionally. We will move on now to the client chairs. Having comfortable seating is important when doing deep meditative or somatic work, and some clients like to recline, which is nice to have the option to be able to do with these chairs. Behind the chair, I have a sound machine to help fill the space with a soft ambiance and to help cancel out any external noise. I also have this yoga bolster here that I keep behind the chairs. I use this as an aid with clients when performing certain yoga poses to help with comfort and modifications, which is another topic I will make a video on as to how I've incorporated certain yoga poses and grounding practices and work with others. This yoga bolster is also used for clients who are shorter, and when they're seated in their chair, their feet do not touch the ground. When we're doing grounding practices or physical processing work of distressing emotions and unresolved trauma, it's helpful to make sure there's a sense of feeling grounded, And when your feet aren't touching the ground, that can impact a sense of security and groundedness. So we put this underneath their feet when doing this work to help them stay rooted and present within their body. Moving from there, we have this wall of windows and some more decor on the window ledges. In this corner is the essential oil diffuser I use, and these are the main essential oils that I diffuse within my office. I also use this Zoom room spray, which is a really light and refreshing spray for the space. And in this cute little water bottle, I keep water for the diffuser and to water the plants. On this wall over here, I have this cabinet with a calendar board above it. On the top of it, there's this cool sign of Love Yourself. I found this at Hobby Lobby. And then we have this little Zen garden that I made. Over here we have a locked cabinet and a printer and a scanner. Then we move to my desk, and on the desk we have some more decor pieces. And underneath here I have a paper shredder and this little shelf above it here. And on the side here I have my degrees framed. I got this lotus piece from Etsy as well. On this little shelf, I have my baskets that hold positive affirmation decks, crystals, or runes that clients can choose from at the end of the session. Except for the runes, since it comes as a set, clients have the option to choose a card or a stone that they would like to keep, or they can add the cards back to the pile. In the second drawer, I have organized file folders of all the handouts that I offer clients based on the topic. Next to my desk, I have a fan, and next to that, I created this mock fireplace that doubles as a space heater. One of the things I like most about this space is this little water fountain. I find that it is very calming and therapeutic within the space. Other than that, here are some more book stacks and decor pieces. Lastly, we will come over here to my sitting area, and here I have two little tables where I keep a notepad and a pen, some chapstick, my coffee cup, my iPad, and the Healy Device before I hand it off to clients. I use my iPad to run the Healy Device and to have quick access to the Body Code app and any other online references I typically use to show clients to help with education on certain topics. If you guys know what the Healy Device is and have interest in purchasing one yourself, I will include my link below where you can purchase it because it has to be purchased through a Healy member using a referral ID number. I also mentioned I would show where the other two panic buttons are, and the second one is installed under the chair so I can easily and quickly access it. And the third panic button is on the Ring keypad where I can hold the button to trigger the alarm and local authorities. Another thing to note about this space is the intention setting practices I do within this space to keep the energy clear and light. I plan to make another video of the intention setting practice I start the day off with, the psychic and energetic boundary practice I do, and the clearing practice I do at the start of the day and in between each session, as well as more information on the Healy setup that I do for clients at the start of each session. Incorporating those other rituals to bless and cleanse the space, as well as to protect my aura from taking on too much energy, are really important facets too that I include in my daily routine when I'm in the office. So if you guys also have more interest in that, be sure to stay tuned for that video to come. Other than that, the only thing not shown in this video is the seasonal decor. Decorating and beautiful aesthetic and decor is something I really enjoy, so at the start of each season, to change the space up and create a new atmosphere for the season, I like to add in seasonal pieces and remove the other seasonal decor. In addition to the seasonal decor not shown in this is the meditation music that I have playing very lightly in the background during sessions. It's very subtle and it offers a relaxing and grounding environment. The last thing I will share that isn't about this office space but is something I use each time coming to the office is this book bag I found on Amazon. I try to keep my hands free when walking in and out of the building, and this gives me a little spot too for my water bottle, my computer, laptop, healing devices, my planner, and any other books and things I want to take home with me. With all of that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me on this office tour. I hope you maybe got some inspiration and found some tips and tricks that you can include within your space. I would also love to know in the comments if you guys are setting up an office space to see clients, or if you maybe are looking to just revamp a space within your own home that you can do meditation and some relaxation or yoga work in. And if so, I'd love to hear what creates that beautiful atmosphere that offers that therapeutic touch. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.